This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with acclaimed fashion model, actor, influencer, the one and only FAZON. Hello, FAZON, how are you?
How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, please, are you kidding me? I'm so grateful to be finally speaking with you, Mr. Renaissance Man. Listen, I want to know, FAZON, where did you grow up and when did you realize that you had something special about you, that, there was that moment where people were like, oh, he's got talent.
Well, wow. Every time I go back, it's a little surreal for me.
Yeah.
Because I think, multiple times in my life, growing up in Harlem and, venturing off into Manhattan and, being in the Bronx and New Jersey and all over the tri-state area, I will continuously hear, you should model or like, do you model or like, it kind of just like fell into my lap. My first photo shoot, I was 17 years old and my ex-girlfriend at the time, we went to her uncle's fashion show in Jersey. So I'm sitting in the audience and her uncles, walk up to me after the show and they're like, hey, you should model, like next year. So they actually had me walk the runway and they set up my first photo shoot and kind of got like my portfolio out there and got me started.
It's amazing. I think what makes you so great, FAZON, is that, I've met a lot of models and some of my friends are models and it's all good. I think there's a negative preconceived notion about what models do. And I know enough about it to know that the great ones like yourself not only treat it like the business it is, but are also the most humble and kind people like yourself. And on top of that, people don't really realize that modeling actually takes a lot of craft of being a great actor. Talk to me a little bit about the acting side of the modeling and also maybe any other negative preconceived notions that you would just like to debunk.
Well, first off, I want to say I appreciate that. I believe that whenever you're, compensated for your looks, it's very important to balance that out, with the humility. And, you fall on your ass a few times in life. So that helps, humble you up.
I'm laughing because I'm like, oh yeah, that happened today to me. I don't know about you.
It's like God in the universe will be like, yeah, calm down.
Yeah, right. Your head's a little too big now. Okay.
So for me, a lot of the preconceived notions are that you just come in, you take photos, you look pretty, you get paid a bunch of money for it. And first off, until you get to a certain point, or unless you're blessed, with certain connections from the beginning of your career, you don't get paid a lot. And, you have to do a lot of footwork. I come from like a little bit of the old school era, before the GPSs and you had to actually find your gigs and get lost. And, before the social media thing where you could just like type, your little bio and say, oh, I'm a supermodel. Where you had to actually go to castings and do the physical thing instead of like the virtual thing. So for me, it's been a lot of footwork and a lot of sweat equity and, a lot of carrying your own model bag, from like Harlem to Brooklyn,
People don't know the schlep. And also,
Yeah.
FAZON, and sorry to interrupt, but also I don't think people really truly understand the work, the focus, and the concentration that it takes. Yes, your good looks gets you to a certain point, but at the end of the day too, it's a small enough business of show, let alone within the modeling world, a small enough business to know that like people only want to work with kind, gracious, hardworking, dare I say, not only models, but you're also a creator in the room. And I'm sure many a times with photographers, and correct me if I'm wrong, FAZON, it's a collaboration. It's a dance of ideas, no?
It's a collaboration and it's an art form and it's one of the hugest forms of exchanging energy in my sense, because I feel like once you've connected with the photographer and the stylist on set, the makeup artist, everybody like kind of gives you all that energy and you exude that energy to everybody else.
It's a trust thing too.
And you have really dope images at the end of the day. And you paint this Picasso and it's like you feel the energy in the shots,
and that you're just right, that you're just a part of the painting. And, to model is a very intimate, well, any art form I think is intimate because people don't realize the vulnerability it takes, whether you're
Yes.
on stage singing, acting, modeling, painting, sculpting, rapping, like I honestly look at it all in the same realm because it's all art and it's all exposing vulnerabilities. And I'm curious for you, was there a point in your modeling career where you were like, wait, I'm actually also acting, like maybe I want to also go after that and study that as well?
Yeah. For me, I think it's in every shoot, because
Yeah.
sometimes you're doing fitness, sometimes you're doing fashion, sometimes they want you to be serious, sometimes they want you to look sad, sometimes they want you to look happy. So you kind of like emote that you give those emotions based off of like what you're wearing or what's asked of you. And sometimes you just feel the vibe from what you're wearing. For me, a lot of the times, ever since I've even like been in college, like I would wear like sweats, if I felt like depressed or sad, and people be like, like, hey, like, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? And I'll be like, why are they asking me that? Because I dress up, when I feel like good. So I think the fashion kind of like it gives off a certain like energy. So
I
if
love
I'm
that.
wearing like fitness clothes, I might do like more like athletic poses and like flexing. And if I'm doing the fashion poses, I may be a little more calm and show some smiling shots
And
for
you
like commercial
and,
work. Like,
and you're playing a character. You're
yeah,
playing a
that's all
character.
it is. Yeah.
I love that, FAZON. Listen, before I get to my final question, I want to let everyone know for more on the multifaceted and amazingly talented FAZON, you can read more about him right below this video. FAZON, in just researching you, just looking at alone, first at your socials, you exude in a show don't tell way such a positive vibe and vibration. I'm curious to know if A, you're aware of that, and B, if you are aware of it, you're thinking of the young FAZONs out there who might not have a North Star out there, who may be able to look at you and be like, wow, I can relate to FAZON. I've never seen someone like him model. I feel, oh my God, like for example, when I'm talking with you right now, I'm like, oh my God, you remind me of like my brother or like my best friend, or I feel like you also give that vibe off in just your essence and being in those shots.
Damn, I appreciate that, man. I feel like that's like definitely what I want to do. That's the character that I want to be. I always say the inspired inspire people. And my whole team, everybody around me, I'm literally like next to one of my friends right now who's letting me use his space. He inspires me. I'm able to inspire other people. And every day I wake up, I pray that I'm able to, have a blessed day, and I'm able to, bless the people around me.
Well,
I
mission
feel like
accomplished today, my
not,
friend.
thank you. I feel that if I'm not doing that, then there's no point in me doing anything.
That's right. Well, look at FAZON, you're obviously a man that has done the work on himself. That you've obviously done not only the work, but realize that you are truly a vessel. And because of that, without you making it about you, it becomes about you. Do you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
we root for you. And I'm going to continue to. I know you got thousands upon thousands upon thousands of fans and followers who do. And I can't wait with you joining this app that, that exposure in that fan base is only going to grow exponentially. And I'm so, so grateful that we're connected now.
Thank you. Well, I share the same amount of gratitude. You have an amazing energy, man.
Oh, well, I've done some work on myself, God bless America, with still some work to do. I don't want that big head to get bigger. Just kidding. But,
I know,
my husband reminds me sometimes, Will.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to have some truthful soldiers in your corner.
My mom thanks him every day.